forget the FASU Games took place over the last 1 week and has all come to an end. And the American University in Cairo emerged as the overall winner of the 11th Africa University Games, co-hosted by the University of Lagos and Lagos State University, LASU. They secured top spot with 46 gold, 28 silver, and 8 bronze medals. LASU, that's the Lagos State University, came second with 28 gold, 30 silver, and 26 bronze medals, while the co-host UNILAG placed third with 25 gold, 23 silver, and 40 bronze medals. At the closing ceremony, UNILAG Vice Chancellor Professor Folasade Ogunsola praised the successful event and commended both universities for upgrading their sports facilities. On his part, LASU Vice Chancellor Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji-Bello emphasized how the games promoted African unity. FASU and NUGA officials lauded the universities for their excellent hosting and facilities. The closing ceremony featured cultural displays, music, and the handover of the hosting flag to the American University in Cairo. Let's take a quick listen to some of the officials who were speaking after that final. Talk about Professor Adenike Boyo, who is there, I think she's the Deputy Vice Chancellor for LASU, I think, and also Mr. Tizi Muzua, who is the Acting President of FASU as well.
The athletes have competed, they have united, and then they have socialized with themselves. And at the same time, we have never had any challenges in terms of athletes having problems, or at the same time, in concerning official, there's never been any negative reports. So it has been I can say 98% successful.
For the first time, 2 universities are hosting it, and despite all the challenges, we were able to put up something like this for the closing ceremony. And with the team is to compete, excel, and unite. So unity, a lot of universities have been able to unite together, despite the rivalry in competing.
In the last 10 days of various events in these competitions, various medals have been competed for, and today I'm deeply proud of all the participants that have won different shades of medals and those who have not, for being great sportsmen. I am, of course, especially proud of Team UNILAG, who form our own count and have had many medals. I am particularly proud of the universities of Lagos and LASU for putting up a great showing with the hosting of these games, despite the obvious economic challenges confronting our nation. We have demonstrated that it is not about economics, but about people. People rising up and working together to make things happen.
These 11th edition FASU Games were extremely well organized, and I'm happy to say that they were so successful. Most universities are happy, and the level of organization was so high that we are all enjoying, students are enjoying, and there was a lot of network. And we are just hoping that the next FASU Games, they will keep the level of what they got here in Nigeria.
Well, various officials speaking about the 11th African University Games, and they're also looking forward to the next edition that will be held by the American University in Cairo. Gentlemen, really, really great. I think it's a wonderful and laudable competition. The fact that it's bringing together so many African countries all across the continent, and the fact that, it also helps to develop a lot of the facilities in many of these high institutions as well, which a lot of us have always been really harping on. But you were at the closing ceremony, Ope, and you brought back a lot of these visuals as well. Would you say that both the officials, the athletes, and even the visitors, did they seem particularly pleased?
Oh yeah, they were very pleased. A lot of happy faces there. Everyone was glad to see the ceremony come to an end. But I think what I loved the most is the camaraderie that I saw between all the athletes from different countries. It was good to see. And, across the events, because I followed the FASU Games closely, and honestly, there were no issues concerning officiating, that's the truth. And for the first time, they had VAR at this event, and it happened to be in Lagos. So for me, this is great. And I actually saw the VAR center. I saw some of the officials there. And honestly, they were of good character. And,
He said good character.
Of course, good character. But noting the fact that there were no major issues that came out from it, I think that's really, really good. Also, the facilities, I must tell you, top-notch, good renovations. In fact, I don't even think some of them were renovated. I think they were redone. Because if it was renovated, I know what those facilities look like before.
You could have been smelling fresh paint.
Of course. I know what they look like before. So looking at it now, I was very impressed. 2 basketball courts, 1 handball court, 1 volleyball court.
That's at LASU.
Yes, at LASU, to be precise. All properly done now. Total repainting, across some of the key buildings around the sporting facilities as well. So I think it was money well spent.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that, you could actually host this, house them properly. We also had Cosmos, who was one of the media officials as well, telling us how about, the excellent logistics for transportation, feeding for many of these athletes as well. It's good to see that, Nigerians can actually put together something of note that will go hitch-free without any kind of complaint. I didn't hear a single thing that's against what we saw against the National Youth Games from some states. And also, they also set a high bar, in my opinion, for the upcoming national games.
Yeah,
National Sports Festival coming up in January. Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, when it comes to Nigeria hosting the world, we always know how to put our house in order.
Let's look at
the 2009 World Cup, the West African University Games in Ilorin, University hosted by University of Ilorin in 2011. We didn't also hear complaints. That's also Nigeria hosting Africa. Table tennis championships, I've also seen Nigeria host Africa. We've seen them host the world. They always tend to make sure everything. I was even scared at first, having 2 universities whereby you look at the geographical, location, LASU and UNILAG, they are far apart, but they were able to see
notorious Lagos traffic.
Exactly, they were able to still combine that seamless run and seamless move. My own concern now is, will these facilities be maintained in the next few years? You look at the state of the University of Ilorin pitch and some of the courts that were used in 2011 for the West African University Games. It's not, top-notch at the moment. The question is, can they maintain it? Will they be able to sustain the state-of-the-art facilities that
Maintenance. Probably the biggest issue in Nigerian sports.